Mark, first defeat of pre-season, but you always said it was more about getting the minutes in the tank and trying things out.
Yeah, no one likes losing football, me included, so I wasn't pleased about that, but I thought it was an excellent night. Great for the young lads in the first half. Brilliant exercise, brilliant experience. I thought some of the stuff was very, very good, and obviously when we made a change in the second half, thought professionalism with the guys coming on, because it's hard. 30 minutes left, 9 changes. So yeah, barring the result, I thought it was a really pleasing night.
And as I say, it was difficult for some of the players, in particular TJ's got strangers alongside him in a sense, and I guess that's showing those leadership skills and getting those players to step up as well.
Yeah, and just on TJ, I think he's shown, even I would say the last 6 months of last season when he wasn't playing, he had an injury, he really stood up to the plate, showed really good leadership skills in terms of how he speaks to the boys, leads in training, how he conducts himself, how he shows his attitude has been really stand out. And when I said to him tonight, you're going to skip with the team tonight, he was quite surprised, but I was like, I just don't understand what you're surprised about. You've been doing it for a long time. And I thought he was excellent as well.
Alicia, I know, was limping around in the first half and seemed to be limping off the pitch a little bit. Is he okay? Just a bit of a knock?
I think so. My concern for him was, because he's so young, I think he's 19, my concern for him was having an injury that he doesn't know or hasn't experienced and carrying on and making it worse. But he insisted he was okay. Spoke to him at half time and he seemed okay. That may change tomorrow, but so far so good.
With regards to the trialists, people will see it the weekend, or was that just keeping them to have a look at tonight?
Bit of both. We were a little bit short in numbers because of the extra game. I think it was really important this year. Look, we had 7 games this year. And obviously we haven't done all our business yet. We're not finished with that. I say that, fingers crossed, please God. So it was a chance for us to have a look at a couple of lads and an opportunity for them to have 60 plus minutes and showcase the talents, and I thought they all did very well, so huge credit to them.
Now, we don't get to see your post-match team talks in the sanctum of the dressing room, but you and Danny were quite animated out with the players at full time. What's those conversations like? And was it being animated in a positive way, or maybe not so?
Yeah, no, we were really pleased with the group that came on. So I'll tell you exactly what we're talking about now. I'm not into this manager standing on the pitch and having team talks. For me, it's just all show. It's nonsense. I'm not interested in that. I don't get it. I'm not criticising anybody who does it. You'll never ever see me do that. The session had finished, the lads were doing runs, it was pre-season friendly. There's not 10,000 people here, so I just don't do that. And we were just basically saying to the guys, I thought they were excellent when they come on. There was 3 or 4 things, if we can do a little bit quicker and a little bit sharper and execute the patterns of play that we want. For example, there was a couple of diagonal crosses out to wing backs, and actually if we just put it over the centre half's head and diagonal ball and straight runs and vice versa, we do a lot of work on getting 1v nuns instead of 1v nuns. So just tiny little things of that. We were really unlucky with a couple of offsides, and I just felt if we'd have played just 10% or 1% sharper, I'd say, like Ben House could have had 3 goals. And it's just that little bit of pre-season, take your time, taking that extra touch back, because I thought Ben made some great runs. We're a little bit slow on our passing, so it's just tiny little things like that. Great example of Jaden at the end, goes through, takes an extra touch, and Danny's going, I'm not sure about the surface, and I'm like, well, I swore at Danny, I'm saying, you've played at the highest level, that's got to go straight across the goal, you've got to tap in. It's just those little things at the next level, you don't get them chances. But that's what pre-season's about. So it was animation in a really, really positive way. I'm laughing at you saying animated. I didn't feel it was, but maybe if I speak to my kids, they say, no, that's nothing with Daddy when he's at home. So I'll take it.
And there was a real step up. You could see there was those partnerships and that pattern of play when those players come on. That must please you going into the new season, that you can see there's something building, there's something materialising from the work you've done.
Yeah, so yes and no on that. If I didn't get that, I'd be really disappointed and I'd be worried. And also, I'm answering your question because I wasn't going to reference this because I would get peed off if I heard somebody else say, but off the back of what you said, in the first half we had 2 19-year-olds, an 18-year-old and three young lads that don't know anybody. So from that point of view, I thought the first half was really, really good, but that's what I would expect from the experience. I say experience, they're all dead young, but that's the least I would expect. What I'm really, really pleased about, because of the 12 months we have, that's what we get. So what I'm seeing is a byproduct of the work that's gone on beforehand. So yeah, I did expect it, but it's nice to see it happening because that's what we expect on the side.
With regards to player incomings, are you still hopeful before opening day?
It's just there.
Jez is the man to ask.
Is the man, yeah.
You looking forward though to hopefully getting a couple. I know when we spoke to him at the weekend, he was hopeful you can get something done before the Saturday against Bolton.
Yeah, look, we've been really aggressive. We've been really positive. I've not actually touched base with Jez on it today, but Jez and the guys can't do any more. We've identified the targets a long time ago. We've been really aggressive, executed what we can do, and then it's up to other people to give us permission and say yes. And we've done everything we can do. Jez and the guys can't do any more.
Is it nice that you can concentrate on what you do on the training pitch a little bit more, and that's been left to their area in a sense?
Yeah, and the guys, to be fair, it's always been that way since I came in. I always talk about staying in your lane, knowing your role, being an expert in it. I'd never tell you how to do your job, and I allow you to do your job, and that's what I feel I do with other people at the club. I stay in my lane, I know my role, and I let other people get on with them, and that's the way it should be in any walk of life.
Rotherham on Saturday, that should be a real good test against a good championship side.
Looking forward to it, can't wait. So please come down to Sincil Bank, and we look forward to seeing you.
And what kind of test do you think they'll bring on Saturday? Do you think it'll be more of a game where you'll see a lot less of the ball and it's more about that shape?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't have the answer to that. I think, and I don't know whether you're alluding to this, I think this year we should see a lot more of the ball and how we play. That boils down to players and levels, I get that. But our style and our philosophy will always remain until we have an opportunity to change that. But yeah, I think, I expect in all games to have a fair share of the football. There'll be certain games we'll play where I expect us to dominate play, and there'll be certain games when we go away from home, i.e. I'll just use a derby for example, where I expect them to have the lion's share. But I think Saturday will be a really good game, and it'll be I think Grimsby, in fairness, were always going to give us that tonight, but then I look at the team we put out. I think Saturday's game will be a real reflection of what the EFL looks like.